Welcome back to our channel, where we tell heartfelt stories that remind us of the true treasures in life. Today's story is about a father who had little money, but gave his children something far greater than wealth. It's a story of sacrifice, quiet strength, and a love that cannot be measured in material things. Stay with me until the end. You'll see why an empty wallet can still be filled with priceless riches. There was once a man named Robert, a single father raising two children, David and Anna. Life had not been kind to him. After his wife passed away unexpectedly, he became both mother and father. He worked long hours at a factory, his hands rough, his back aching, but the wages were barely enough to cover rent and food. The children often noticed his wallet, thin, worn out, and almost always empty. Yet, despite their financial struggles, Robert's love filled their home in ways money never could. He would walk miles just to save bus fare so he could buy his children an extra loaf of bread. He mended their torn shoes late into the night, humming lullabies to keep them from worrying. On Christmas, when there was no money for gifts, he carved wooden toys by hand, wrapping them in newspaper. David still remembered the wooden car, and Anna cherished the little doll that her father had shaped with such care. As the children grew older, they began to understand the sacrifices he made. David once asked him, "Dad, why don't you ever buy anything for yourself?" Robert smiled, holding up his wallet. "Because everything I need is right here," he said, placing his hand on his children's shoulders. "That wallet may be empty, but my heart is full." Years passed. Robert's health began to decline, but he never let his children see his struggles. He continued to work, even when his body begged him to rest. One winter, after a long shift, he collapsed at home. The children, now young adults, rushed him to the hospital. Lying in the hospital bed, Robert worried not for himself, but for them. "I'm sorry I couldn't give you more," he whispered. Tears filled Anna's eyes as she held his hand. "Dad, you gave us everything. You gave us love, strength, and a home filled with kindness. Money could never replace that." David added, "We are who we are today because of your sacrifices. Your wallet may have been empty, but you made us the richest family in the world." Robert lived long enough to see his children thrive. David became a teacher, Anna a nurse. They built their lives on the foundation of love and sacrifice their father had given them. And though Robert's wallet was still as worn and empty as ever, his legacy was priceless. Life lesson: true wealth is not measured by money, but by love, sacrifice, and the values we leave behind. An empty wallet can still hold the richest treasures when it carries the love of a parent for their children. Thank you for listening to this touching story. If it moved you, take a moment to appreciate the sacrifices of your parents or anyone who has given you love without expecting anything in return. True riches are not in our wallets, but in our hearts. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring family stories that remind us of the true meaning of love and sacrifice. See you in the next video.